like you mentioned, supplements, right? They put on so much importance of supplements when really supplements should be like the small percentage at the end, right? That's like the little cherry on top of the sundae, but people make that like the actual meat and potatoes part of it. But Matt Green, like head coach, I want to know from your perspective, what do you think are like the main components that somebody needs to focus on before looking into like supplements and all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that goes to like the intent and motive, and that, I think the focus on and is on supplements often because, you know, we are often looking for easier shortcuts or the fastest way to get to, the end result. So with that being said, I think that, the key points are it's pretty intuitive, right? It's consistency, which is, ultimately just a matter of discipline, right? Consistency, and it's just making small decisions day in and day out that lead to a better outcome, right? So compiling hard work and eating relatively nutritious foods and sleeping. Like those are the three big ones, right? Sleep, nutrition, and compile hard work. The hard work doesn't have to be elite level. It doesn't have to be anything that requires ridiculous equipment or ridiculous levels of training, but it it does require some minimum amount of time that you have to put into it. And and that's the problem that you see is just an unwillingness to put that time in, and understandably so at times, especially for police officers right, with less than ideal schedules and departments that oftentimes don't support them that should be, but we live in the world. So in the real world, you have to adapt and take responsibility accordingly.
Just like you said, I mean, obviously, if we're looking at it from a first responder perspective, sleep obviously is can get kind of weird because of shifts and things like that. But at the end of the day, you wanted to do this job, and that's one of the uh that's just how it works, right? And so, but there are things that we can do to help kind of mitigate some of those things, especially with a diet, like the pre-planning, like the meal prepping, things like that. Mitch, I totally agree with you on supplements. Like people put some of these things on a pedestal, and yeah, they're great. Like they're great, but they're supposed to supplement your diet, not just be your diet. I think people
Well, I like what
spend,
you put too. On your Instagram, you're always putting down like supplements in
yeah,
quotations, right? Like when you're looking at like a sexy piece of red meat. And for
yeah,
you, you know that this is like the core of your nutrition is like you're focusing on macronutrients first. Once you're hitting all the macros, then you can shift into micronutrients, getting all your vitamins, minerals, and then kind of that little cherry on top is getting into, okay, what are your supplementation, right? And of course, when you're looking to optimize your health, there are lots of ways where you can continue to make large improvements with supplements, but you cannot skip the fact that you need to focus on, getting in proper nutrition, having a proper training plan, getting good recovery, good sleep, managing stress. It's really about just focusing on those basics first.
So I want to share something with you guys real quick. So my friend Andrew Huberman, you talk about like the supplement thing. This was actually pretty cool. So I'm just going to play it for you guys. I don't know if you guys can hear on the mic, but check this out.
Police posts. He shows
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I
amazing,
follow him.
and he sometimes puts up this post. I love these ones. I do see how intense that job is, and like wow. And then, but he'll post like supplements, and it's a steak. He's just all about protein training and the job.
Shout out to my homie Dr. Huberman on the Rogan podcast. So I mean, yeah, it's true, right? Like you talk about supplements and you talk about what they're designed for. One, it is a multi-billion dollar, if not trillion dollar industry as well. So their goal is to get you to buy supplements when in reality, a pound of ground beef a day, lean, grass fed, it's probably going to go a little bit further than you buying, you know, whatever it is you want to buy. Right. So don't get it mixed up. And that's why people ask me, like, it's just crazy the first time, like they'll comment on a picture and their first question is, what supplements do you take? Not talking about what kind of workout do I do? What kind of gym equipment do I have in my home
Yep.
gym? What's your diet look like? It's what kind of supplements do you take? Bro, if it was that easy,
Yeah.
we would all just take a pill and call it a day, right? That's just not the reality of the situation. The reality is you got to just like what Matt said. And Matt's also very humble about his fitness background. Like he's a CrossFit Games level athlete, which is like top tier fitness. Like you have to train your ass off. You just don't get there from being good and occasionally working out. You get there from having a plan and strategy, which makes me kind of which kind of I feel like drives to the next point too, is just like having that plan and strategy and just like the direction of what to go in. Like I know that's helped me individually.
Yeah, a plan is everything.